Deep within the frozen darkness of our outer solar system, a silent world hides more water than Earth. For centuries, astronomers assumed the distant moons orbiting Jupiter were nothing more than lifeless, barren rocks. That static view of the cosmos was shattered forever when NASA's Voyager spacecraft buzzed past the Jovian system. Instead of heavily cratered landscapes like our moon, scientists beheld Europa's shockingly smooth, crisscrossed icy surface. These gigantic, crisscrossing red linear scars spanned thousands of kilometers, puzzling geologists who demanded a rational explanation. If an asteroid hits a solid surface, it leaves behind an unmistakable permanent impact crater that endures millennia. Yet Europa possessed almost no impact craters, proving its frozen surface was actively erasing its own scars. The only physical mechanism capable of continually resurfacing a moon so rapidly was internal geologic heat and movement.
Scientists quickly realized that something incredible had to be happening beneath that blindingly reflective white crust. To understand how an icy world remains warm so far from the sun, look at Jupiter's immense mass. Jupiter is so massive that its intense gravitational field acts like a relentless gravitational hydraulic press. As Europa orbits along its elliptical path, Jupiter's gravity continuously squeezes and stretches the entire moon's body.
This continuous flexing creates immense friction deep inside, generating massive thermal energy from within its rocky mantle. This internal furnace melts the bottom layer of the icy crust, creating a vast liquid global ocean. When NASA sent the Galileo spacecraft to orbit Jupiter, its instruments detected an extraordinary electromagnetic signature. As Europa moved through Jupiter's magnetic field, it generated its own induced internal magnetic field in response.
Magnetometer data proved that only a global layer of conductive salt water could produce such a signature. The confirmation sent shockwaves through the scientific community, altering our understanding of oceans in space. Europa's surface temperature never rises above minus 220 degrees Fahrenheit, even at the equator. This extreme deep freeze locks the outer shell into an impenetrable shield of rock-hard solid water ice. Scientists estimate this outer icy crust is between 15 to 25 kilometers thick across the moon. Directly beneath this formidable shield lies a liquid ocean, estimated to be 100 kilometers deep. To put that scale in perspective, Earth's Mariana Trench drops down just 11 kilometers into darkness. This means Europa holds twice as much liquid water as all Earth's oceans combined together in total.
An entire alien world enveloped entirely by a single dark global ocean without any land masses whatsoever. For life as we know it to exist, three fundamental ingredients must always be present simultaneously. Liquid water acts as the universal solvent, where organic molecules can collide and assemble into complex structures. Chemical building blocks like carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen form the essential physical architecture of life.
An energy source is required to drive metabolic processes and sustain living biological organisms over time. Europa possesses liquid water in massive abundance, fulfilling the first vital requirement for life's emergence. Chemical analysis reveals that comets and asteroids continuously deliver essential organic compounds directly to its surface. Radiation from Jupiter breaks down surface molecules, generating oxygen that eventually filters downward into the deep ocean. The final puzzle piece is energy, which cannot come from sunlight in this pitch-black subterranean ocean. On Earth, ocean life thrives at abyssal hydrothermal vents, where hot, mineral-rich water spews from volcanic fissures.
These terrestrial deep-sea vents support entire thriving ecosystems, completely independent of sunlight or solar photosynthesis. Scientists strongly suspect that Europa's rocky ocean floor harbors nearly identical volcanic hydrothermal vent systems today. Tidal flexing provides continuous heat, driving rich chemical reactions between the rocky core and liquid ocean. This creates a sustainable energy engine capable of powering alien microbial life for billions of years. The Hubble Space Telescope made a sensational discovery when it captured plumes erupted from Europa's surface. Gigantic geysers of water vapor were shooting over 100 kilometers straight up into space.
These explosive plumes mean Europa is actively spraying its internal ocean water directly out into space. Future spacecraft could fly directly through these plumes to sample the ocean without drilling through ice. Scientists wouldn't need to breach 20 kilometers of solid ice to test for signs of alien life. In 2024, NASA launched Europa Clipper, the largest spacecraft ever built for an interplanetary mission.
Equipped with ice-penetrating radar, Clipper will map the shell's thickness and search for subsurface water pockets. Its high-resolution cameras will capture unprecedented images of the fractures, chaos terrains, and active plume vents. Meanwhile, the European Space Agency's JUICE mission is currently en route to study Jupiter's icy moons. These combined flagship missions mark the beginning of a transformative era in deep space ocean exploration.
Yet, navigating Europa's environment poses severe hazards that threaten to destroy electronics within days. Jupiter's magnetic field traps high-energy particles, creating a lethal radiation zone millions of times stronger than Earth's. Spacecraft instruments must be shielded inside heavy vault walls made of dense titanium to survive long. To limit radiation damage, missions do not orbit Europa directly, but perform fast, precise flybys instead.
Every close flyby provides a brief window to gather priceless data before retreating to safer distances. What might life look like if it successfully evolved within this vast, pitch-black ocean environment? Without sunlight, photosynthesis is impossible, meaning life must rely entirely on chemosynthesis for energy production. Microbial life forms could flourish around hydrothermal vents, feeding on hydrogen and sulfur compounds in the water. Evolution could potentially yield complex multicellular creatures adapted specifically to extreme pressure and perpetual dark. These organisms might utilize advanced bioluminescence to navigate, communicate, and hunt in the endless abyss. Such creatures would live their entire existence without ever knowing that stars or land masses even exist. Their entire cosmos would be defined by a solid ceiling of ice and a fiery, rocky floor. To directly sample the ocean water beneath, scientists are designing revolutionary subsurface melt probes. These cryobots would use nuclear thermal energy to melt through miles of ice over several months. Once the probe breaches the lower ice ceiling, it would deploy a small micro-autonomous submarine. This robotic explorer would navigate the alien abyss, taking chemical readings and searching directly for life.
Communicating back through miles of solid ice to Earth remains one of the hardest engineering challenges. Relay microtransmitters left along the melt track could pass data upward step by step to the surface. A surface lander would then transmit these momentous discoveries across millions of kilometers back to Earth. Europa is not the only world hiding a secret ocean within our own solar system's borders.
Saturn's small moon Enceladus also spews ocean water geysers from prominent fractures called tiger stripes. Jupiter's largest moon, Ganymede, likely holds multiple stacked liquid layers sandwiched between heavy ice sheets. These discoveries prove that liquid water oceans are surprisingly common across the outer solar system. habitable zones may not depend strictly on a planet's distance from its central hosting star. Tidal heating opens up vast new real estate for potential life across icy worlds everywhere. If life evolved independently on Europa, it would fundamentally change our understanding of the cosmos. It would prove that the origin of life is not a unique miracle fluke on Earth. Instead, life would be recognized as a natural chemical consequence wherever liquid water and energy exist.
A second independent genesis in our own solar system implies that the universe is teeming with life. Billions of icy moons throughout the Milky Way could harbor their own thriving subsurface biological worlds. Yet, despite the overwhelming excitement, scientists must take extreme precautions to avoid biological cross-contamination. Earth microbes hitchhiking on a probe could accidentally contaminate Europa's pristine ocean ecosystem forever.
Strict planetary protection protocols require spacecraft to be rigorously sterilized before leaving Earth's atmosphere. At the end of its mission, the Galileo spacecraft was deliberately crashed directly into Jupiter's atmosphere. This intentional destruction prevented any chance of an unsterilized craft accidentally crashing onto Europa later. Every precaution ensures that when we finally detect alien life, it is truly indigenous to Europa.
The journey to uncover Europa's deep secrets requires unprecedented technological innovation and patience. Signals transmitted from Jupiter take over 40 long minutes to travel across space to Earth. Every maneuver must be fully automated, calculated down to the millisecond by onboard supercomputers. The engineering feats required to explore this alien ocean push human capability to its limits.
We stand on the precise historical threshold of answering humanity's most profound, fundamental question. Are we truly alone in this vast, silent universe? Or is life a universal constant? The answer may not lie on a distant planet in another galaxy light years away. It may be waiting patiently, right here, in our own planetary backyard, beneath Europa's ice.
Quietly orbiting Jupiter, this frozen ocean sphere holds the secrets of life's true cosmic reach. With every passing year, our robotic eyes draw closer to piercing that dark, frozen vault. What we find beneath the ice could rewrite every biology textbook ever written by humanity. It will forever redefine our place among the stars and our understanding of nature's possibilities.
The secret ocean of Europa is calling out to us across the vast void of space. And for the first time in human history, we finally possess the technology to listen. As robotic explorers plunge toward Jupiter, the era of deep space ocean exploration has officially begun. The dark ocean beneath Europa waits in silence, ready to reveal the true story of life.